After the success of Leprechaun and Leprechaun 2, naturally there had to be somewhere that our hero, the Leprechaun, could go where he could easily pull out more gold than in a box of Cracker Jacks.
Look out, Vegas! I'm taking over!
See, this is why we have Leprechaun 3, which clearly takes place in Reno. Leprechaun 3 appears to come out of the formula of we need to churn out a new one of these every year, with the first film being in 1993, part 2 being in 94, and this one in 95. However, Leprechaun 3 was the first in the series to be released direct-to-video, which proved to be a wise decision as this became the top-selling DTV movie of 1995. With it being the third in a horror franchise, it was also considered to be in 3D at one point, but that idea is so 1983. They got a great person to be in charge of this film, however, since directing duties went to Australian exploitation legend Brian Trenchard Smith of Dead End Drive-In and Turkey Shoot. But with Trenchard Smith directing this, we came this close to having a Leprechaun versus Jason Blade showdown.
You're sick.
Sick, true, but that crossover would be genius. Look, what else do you need to know about this movie? It's the Leprechaun, and he's looking for gold in Vegas. He'll be defeated by spending $200,000 to win one gold coin and blowing the rest on a hooker. Or not, I don't know. I guess I should probably just watch this thing. Oh, is it a Leprechaun movie I'm watching? I totally can't tell. Here's where we get to play the game Leprechaun movie or Troll movie. I was wrong about Vegas. This time he's either static or a disco ball. Cue the funky music. Can I change my answer to this could be The Departed? Damn, they ran out of green food coloring for the credits, but as the movie opens up in ancient Egypt, I cannot believe the Leprechaun movie sold out this much. The pawn place does not need your advertising, though it may need a new set of customers. You could sell that Halloween costume that you're wearing, or maybe take that hook off of your hand and help uncover this thing.
Oh my. What is this horrible thing?
A sequel. Not sure where he got this, but is someone gonna pour booze on it to bring it back to life? And how did this happen after the ending of part 2? How many of these leprechauns are there? Oh, just put the medallion under some light. Well, that'll bring him back, clearly. And for your troubles, here's a pot of gold for the slot machines. It takes part of his ear being bitten off to realize that something is weird here.
I like Indian food. So spicy.
Ugh, why do murderous leprechauns who go around biting people's ears off have to be so problematic? Oh, and he bites toes off too. Great, now you have a fungus. Anyway, here's our leads, Scott and Tammy McNineteen95. She needs a ride to work in the most meet-cute way possible.
Well, you missed us both. You want to back up and try that again?
Sorry.
Do you want help with your car or not? And can Scott be unnecessarily creepy?
The name's Scott.
Tammy.
Tammy. Great.
I think she's safer with the leprechaun.
Have you ever blown a rod before?
I beg your pardon?
The engine, I meant.
Did this guy just step out of a body swap comedy and he's actually 12 years old? Yeah, sure, get in the car with him. He's mentally old enough for a license. And just shrug off that ear bite and missing toe. You've got exposition to look up.
And I'm here to tell you about leprechauns. Legend hath it that they were once magical elves.
Internet porn during the 90s was pretty rough. Scott's got to get Tammy to the casino that she works at. Just splice these conversations anywhere in the movie.
What do you do there?
I'm a magician.
Well, yeah, clearly her funny uncle taught her all her tricks. Oh, are we back in this plot now?
1 little 2 Little leprechauns.
Or just use the medallion that you already know hurts him. These two, meanwhile, keep getting stopped by Neil Breen, who's trying to sell them cans of tuna. That might help fuse together these dueling plots. This is like watching an animated Brazilian knockoff of a Lucky Charms commercial. And also, I am now seriously asking, how old is he?
I've never been inside a real casino.
Oh, forget it. You gotta be 21.
I know. Well, I thought maybe you could sneak me in.
Okay, 27-year-old, now I do believe you walked out of a body swap film. By the way, Scotty here is played by actor-writer John Gattens. That way, the movie can re-promote itself as starring the writer of Flight, Power Rangers, Real Steel, and Kong Skull Island. Never mind the gold, though. This dude should consider himself lucky for only getting a minor limp from his severed toe. Sure, he could just shoot the leprechaun. Too bad the leprechaun can now make statues come to life. Also, he's now Bugs Bunny. Uh-oh, medallion in the mouth. Is it over already? No, the medallion doesn't seem so bad. It's just giving him a wicked stomachache. How long until he utters his famous line, "If I want me gold"?
I want me shilling.
That's not the line! Which plot does this movie want me to pay attention to more? Scott realizing the magic of gambling, I guess? But let's send Warwick Davis in there undercover. And don't forget to stop by the Night of the Demons 2 table. And now he's an addict. Double or nothing, there's a sequel in 1996. Ha! You lose. The fourth Leprechaun movie is in 1997. I haven't seen a movie with this much of a love for gambling since The Little Cars. It's still jumping back and forth all over the place, but we at least have our set of characters.
What time is it?
It's after 7. Where's Tammy?
I don't know, damn it. She's got work to do.
Okay, and you are? Hey, that's actor John DeMita and Caroline Williams. But which Caroline Williams are we getting? Stepfather 2 or Chainsaw Massacre 2? That's a life or death question. And what's this character's name again?
Oh, I'm sorry I'm late, Fazio.
I told you, you will address me as Great One. Off stage and on.
No, I'm calling you an asshole. Fortunately, casino owner Dave Guccione isn't so keen on setting Tammy on fire in a burning box. Oh, but he is still creepy.
You keep playing hard to get. You mark my words, she'll come around. I guarantee.
That could be worse. At least he's got more money than this 12-year-old, and I don't think he's gonna set someone on fire. Those are the standards. Scott looks like he's not sure if he's supposed to swallow the chips or not. I mean, they are called chips. Scott's there because he's got money from his parents to cover his tuition and housing. It's the American dream to piss that away at a casino.
You old enough to be in here, kid? Oh, yes, you're old enough.
It's okay, he's gonna be 30 really soon. People are so in debt here. Even the casino owner owes money to people.
You pay Arthur the money you owe him, or I will kill you.
Did this movie used to be about a leprechaun? I was way wrong. It's about tuition costs, and this guy, he's still in the movie.
There was an old man of Madras whose balls were made of fine brass.
Do you mind, Leprechaun? You're interrupting this movie about casino politics and housing costs. He's got a great idea, though. Trade the medallion in for a much more depressing story.
I can't believe it! How could this happen to me?
Hey, don't get mad. This is an honest casino. See, they use cheating tactics to randomly cut to a magic act before we find out if he lost or not. Joe Bob Briggs really jumped the shark here. What's going on? What does this have anything to do with Messiah of Evil? This feels like 3 movies just hit the mix button. Here's the Leprechaun fighting the pawn shop owner again. Here's Scott losing all his money and having to take his watch to the pawn shop. Ooh, is this when it's gonna start connecting somehow? As if I'm supposed to feel sorry for someone who just pissed away 23 grand for no reason. Oh, and this guy's dead now. I can't remember his name, so I'm just gonna call him Al. Thankfully, Scott can now wish to be on a winning streak. I bet this all turns out fine. I see the Wishmaster standing nowhere nearby. The Leprechaun is gonna love all the gold in this town, now that he's done dicking around in the pawn shop.
Completely full of riches. I'll rip them off and rob them blind, those dirty sons of bitches.
The original script of Swingers was a lot sillier before they narrowed down the line to just Vegas, baby. Oh, and Loretta has to get the money back from Scott's winnings. Even Nikki would say you're doing a shit job running this casino. But let's be honest, in Vegas, this all seems pretty normal. The weirdest thing is still the expressions on Scott's face.
Anything you want, it's on me. Okay?
Wow. Thanks a lot.
God, even when he's happy, he looks like someone just told him his puppy got mecha rabies. And smiling just makes it worse.
You won't believe what happened.
What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be gambling.
I won!
Now it looks like he's gonna bang those chips, and I don't know about his priorities.
I mean, I was losing my shirt, and then I went to pawn my watch, and then I found a dead guy.
You what?
Okay, all joking aside, I kinda love this guy. The Leprechaun has traced the shilling to the most Irish casino in town. Yeah, no shit. You could have just assumed it was in there. And holy shit, it's David Keith. Never mind that, let's screw with Fazio the Magician.
Oh shit!
A little token of my esteem.
Ooh, green shit. The rabbit must have eaten a Halloween Whopper. What's happening here? They want to rob Scotty over his 100 grand winnings? But isn't Kurt Russell here supposed to be put in charge of the casino heist? The heavies even want to shake the Leprechaun down for his table winnings.
Looks like a slot machine.
On the plus side, that guy just won big. This dude looks like if David Lynch just completed his experiment in combining Chris Isaac and Kyle MacLachlan. No time for that, though. Here's that box tea he ordered. Don't worry about the wound. It'll heal like a missing toe. Now throw that dummy out the window. And when I say dummy, that's exactly what I meant.
Next time, I'll take the elevator.
You said that to no one! To make matters worse, Scott is now Teen Wolf Scott. Did not see that coming. Oh wait, the foreshadowing said a leprechaun has to fight another leprechaun? Okay, guess that's where this is going. And Fazio wants to sell the gold coin, while Loretta knows its magic power. I don't care about any of this, so I would rather cut to a commercial break.
And now it's time for Lloyd's Out of Context 911 Lone Star Clip of the Week.
It's a girl! James, we're finally having a little girl!
And this has been Lloyd's Out of Context 911 Lone Star Clip of the Week. Congratulations! It's a charred corpse!
Now that we're back, everyone is trying to steal everyone's magic gold coins.
The thing I can't stand is a fat broad with a big mouth.
Who's calling fat, Mr. Porker?
Excuse me, that's Mr. Weinstein to you? And how? His wish is that he wants Tammy to be robotically in love with him. I suddenly want to ravish Michael Callan from Gidget Goes Hawaiian. I sense shenanigans.
You just stay like this.
Oh, yes!
Come on, let's go to my room.
Damn, Irish sitcoms used to be really rapey. Ish, never mind this trance. She'd be better off drinking the blood of the collie. I yearn for the tender elevator romance of A Christmas Kiss.
Whoa! Ooh, that's wonderful.
Ugh, please cut to something else. I don't care how random or awkward it'll be.
My boxes keep crawling up my butt. I hate that. I go with jockeys now.
There, thank you. My wish came true. Before this goes too far, let's pray to God Tammy is saved by Edna Krabappel here on vacation. Stealing the coin should do the trick.
Mitch?
Come and get me, baby.
What did you do to me?
Well, the least he could do is just sign her copy of Cat Bayou.
You're fired! As if tonight you finished in show business.
And any Miramax movie she wants.
Oh, Scott, much like the Leprechaun, I forgot he was in this too.
And he likes potatoes now. This definitely means he's turning into someone from Central Illinois. And there's the Leprechaun. He's there to remind Mitch of other great direct-to-video movies, mostly Skinamax flicks. But why masturbate when you can see Scott eating?
She cared not for steaks or for pastries and cakes, but lived upon penis au gratin.
It's nice that even when the plots merge, the movie is still random as hell! Those stupid Elm Street movies spent too much on effects when they could have just had Freddy sitting beside a television. This better not get shticky.
Feeling sick?
When did the Leprechaun movies turn into comedies? And weirdly topical.
It's what he tried to do, okay? It's not like this is the first time this has happened to me.
Oh wow, this movie is simultaneously very 1995 and very relevant.
I'm not gonna forget it. And neither are you. If we let him get away with it, he'll do it again to somebody else.
Ooh, this movie is getting serious.
Praise the Lord!
But not too serious. Alright, Miss Cleo, that was once a thing. And that fantasy woman's now a robot. Well, that'll just turn him on even more. Even electrocuting him to death via robot sex isn't gonna stop him. I mean, it totally stops him. Guys, wait, where are you going? The sitcom sidekicks are here.
Bitch, I want my money and I want my money now. What the hell's going on here?
Don't laugh too hard. It's still a slasher flick, which means you should totally still laugh at it. I think Scott is gonna have to fight the Leprechaun soon. The obvious cuts are starting to take over. But by the end of this, he will definitely be Elvis. Alright, plot 12. Caroline Williams wishes to be super sexy. Except she already is sexy. All she had to do was just take the wig off. Now to rub this right in Charlie Sheen here's face. But uh-oh, Fazio now has the coin. This is like Pay It Forward, only if they just paid themselves in magic coins. But wishing to look like Jamie Lee Curtis comes with a cost. You're gonna wish you had a ticket to the terror train.
What are you doing to the those delightful lips. They'll get you some tips.
Great, now it's gonna be way more expensive for her to shop for bras.
A delightful little slut. But what about your butt?
Oh, big butts are now in. You're doing her a favor. I've seen enough Wood Rocket movies to know that she can still make it in porn. There will definitely be a fetish for this. Now scoop her up and get her on set fast. Someone will bang that. The Leprechaun is even more pissed now that he knows it isn't Shamrock Shake season. They figure out that to destroy the Leprechaun is to destroy his pot of gold. Only if Scott can stop being weird.
No, lass. We need to study it. We'll need to look at with jingles and jangles. For science, you know.
Well, he isn't acting any weirder than he's been acting the rest of the movie. But alas, it's taken an hour in, but finally, Jason has taken Manhattan. He should have told them all sooner that he was bitten. Leprechauns go by werewolf rules now, apparently. But be careful, he's dressed as one of the doctors. He totally blends in. I see nothing out of the ordinary here, especially with Scott.
Do you have health insurance?
Do you take Green Cross?
If you're broke, just try your luck at the hospital slot machine. It's next to the Gamblers Anonymous sign. Perfect placement. Again, this all seems normal. Well, you don't see this every day. Huh, weird. Unfortunately, Michael Myers has found another hospital to murder people at, and Scott has these powers now, plus the power of the kiss of death and gassing people to death. Thank God we finally get to see the epic battle between the Leprechaun and a Geico caveman. Freddy vs. Jason can step aside. For one, there's not terrible CGI cluttering up this movie, and this one comes with a free magic show. Boo! Seen it. As we cut to footage of a Yakov-Smirnoff show letting out in Branson, we instantly go back to Vegas, where Robert Smith is offered a pot of gold to take a shower. No dice, though. That's across the street. Instead, this is how we defeat the Leprechaun in this movie. Now everything's back to normal, sorta. I guess it's a love story now. We don't know how to end this movie, so let's just quote something else.
You know something, sweetheart? This could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
The somber tone in the ending credits implies that they don't have much faith in Scott and Tammy's relationship. That goes with the common theme, I guess, of the Leprechaun movies ending really awkwardly. But there was a lot of love shown to this film, not just in video sales, but Warwick Davis was even quoted as saying it's his favorite of the series, plus it does utilize its Vegas setting a lot better than Friday the 13th did with New York City. As far as this series goes, though, it skips right over Jason Goes to Hell and goes immediately into Jason X, as the fourth Leprechaun movie is the notorious Leprechaun in Space. Look, why even bother doing a horror franchise if you're not going to somehow end up in outer space? That makes up for this entry not being in 3D. That's for next year, though. Next week, we'll be talking about another movie, sure, but more importantly, we'll have another Lloyd 911 Lone Star clip of the week. That truly is the most important thing on this show now.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.